Hello, this is Colin Davies of Security Pacific. Thank you for tuning in. This is a part of our new agent training series. Today we're going to be going into We Are Ready to Make an Offer. If you haven't watched the previous training seminar, it'd be great to check that link out first. That covered you have a new prospective buyer and what do you do now? So now we're going to go into, you've showed the homes and you've reviewed you've gotten disclosures and inspections from the listing agent, and you're ready to go. You've identified a home that your client now is very interested in. You've called the listing agent. You've gotten offer information, how they're going to be accepting offers, whether it's being reviewed as they come. Maybe that listing agent has set a offer date, or they may be indicated in the MLS that the seller's willing to accept a preemptive offer. You're going to want to get that information up front as soon as possible after you know your client's interested, because now you have a timeline that has been set. The worst thing you could do is you show a home and you weren't aware that an offer date had already been set, and maybe it's already passed. So getting that information can really help you and prepare your clients to start preparing an offer. One of the things I think is most important about pursuing a property is establishing communication with that listing agent. And essentially, you're going to want to do that before you even show the property. When you set up that appointment, introducing yourself, letting them know your clients are interested in the property, asking questions, getting all that information, so that they know that you're an interested agent with clients that are interested in that property. You want to keep that communication open, and that could be after your clients have seen the property and they're interested, requesting that the disclosures, those inspections, spending time to review that with your client, right? So that they really know kind of what's going on with that property, and really help you prepare an offer. After reviewing with your clients, it doesn't hurt if you have further questions to call the listing agent, right? Maybe to clarify some of the work that's been done. Maybe you had a termite inspection that came in and they did a re-inspection. Looked like the contractor may have done some work, and you're really able to ask smart questions, and shows also that you've been putting in time and you're familiar with the property. Listing agent's really going to appreciate that, and show to them also that you're educating your clients and you're spending time informing them and making sure that they review everything up front. When you're reviewing the disclosures with your client, this is also another great opportunity to start explaining what a termite report is, what Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, maybe further inspections are, recommending them to call the inspection company and ask questions, going over the home inspection. Maybe it recommends having an electrician come out to look at some of the items they found in the home inspection report. You're really doing a lot of work up front that's going to help your client be able to plan out if your offer does get accepted, right? And already be aware of, maybe we should consider having an electrician come out to do a further inspection, or maybe the termite report recommends doing a further inspection. That's really going to help you be prepared when you're ready to make an offer. Also going over with them the contingency time periods. Obviously, we have the inspection contingency, we have the appraisal contingency, and we have the loan contingency. Going over with them, those standard dates. So we have the 17-day for the inspection standard. We got the 17-day for the appraisal, and we have the 21-day standard for the loan. Reiterating the fact that none of those contingencies are going to be removed until they're done in writing. What it means for the contingencies, how they're removed. Going over an offer with them, what the earnest money deposit is. Really having a conversation with them about that. I usually like to do a Zoom meeting with them if they can't meet in person, pull up a draft of an offer, and doing a general overview of what that looks like, right? So, it really gives them an idea of what that process is going to be, what it means, and then also educate them how their earnest money is going to be protected, how much time they're going to have to get the loan and the appraisal and an inspection. It's also a great reminder to them too, reiterating This is one of the reasons why a lender is so important, being a part of the team, because before we make the offer, we want to have a phone call with them, making sure that their appraisal timeline and the loan timeline to get approved is in line what you're going to be writing in the contract. Also, knowing the point of sale ordinances for different cities or for the counties, right? Knowing that the sewer lateral in many cities is a point of sale ordinance, right? And that also gives you great information when you're reviewing a sewer inspection. Maybe the gas shutoff valve is required. Maybe if you're in Oakland, having the sidewalk in the compliance before close of escrow, or having provisional certificate from the city of Oakland. Being familiar with the point of sale ordinances is very important, especially when you're getting down to 7B1, 7B2. You're going to want to make sure that you've had those conversations, and that we'll go over in another training seminar in more detail. But to overview, you want to review those disclosures with your clients. You want to go over the contingency time periods. You're going to want to be familiar with the point of sale ordinances for the property that you're making an offer on. And then also just having that communication with the lender, right? I know sometimes your client brings in a lender, maybe it's a family friend, and they're really adamant about keeping that lender to do the transaction. You're going to make sure that you establish communication with that lender. You're going to make sure that they're accessible to you, that if they tell you that it's going to be 14 days for their appraisal, you want them to be able to tell you that with confidence, or that they can do maybe the loan contingency in 14 days. You're going to want to establish that before, confirm that, and also then you're able to put that into your offer. So when then it does get accepted, the listing agent feels very comfortable with your offer. And a lot of the times I'll like to have the lender call that listing agent right after the offer is submitted, just to confirm the strong capacity of your clients, that they're able to purchase the property and there's not going to be any hiccups for the financing throughout the transaction. That's really going to help you be able to position your clients in the best possible position to make a strong offer, right? You're also going to want to read the instructions from that listing agent, right? So although it is ultimately the buyer's choice of who they want to use as the escrow and title company, a lot of times the listing agent is going to start maybe a pre-escrow with a title and escrow company, or maybe they've ordered a NHD disclosure from JCP or Fidelity. You don't want to be aware of that and having that conversation also with your clients to let them know that, hey, they set up a pre-escrow with, just an example, Old Republic in Richmond, and they've already selected an escrow officer. This could be a time where you have a conversation with your client, say, hey, you know what, they've already set up a pre-escrow. It's going to make our offer that much stronger if we go along with them. And ultimately your buyer's going to make the decision, but hopefully they listen to you and you put that in. And then putting for the natural hazard disclosure, if they already have one with JCP, you put that into the offer, and making sure that all the boxes are checked correctly, right? Are you including the refrigerator, the stove, the washer and dryer? Is there a washer and dryer? Are there solar panels on the house? What the earnest money deposit's looking like, and just really kind of having a conversation with them up front so you can ultimately write that best offer with your clients. You're going to make sure you want to establish and include with it a pre-approval offer letter from that lender, and you want it up to date. If they've sent you disclosures, you definitely want to acknowledge that you have reviewed them and that you've read them. A lot of the times the listing agent's going to request that you sign a receipt acknowledging you and your clients have received all the disclosures and reports, and also have you sign off on that. If they request that, you better make sure that you include that with your offer. A letter to the seller, right? If it's a homeowner that's maybe been living there for 20 years and is really connected to the community, having your clients write a personal letter to the homeowners, look up on the tax records, look at the disclosures, see their names, have them write to, if it says Charles and Wendy as the home sellers, make sure the letter's addressed to Charles and Wendy. I find it very helpful to include a photo of your clients on there so they can make a human connection to it. and have them write a letter, what they find, what they like about the home, what they notice, what drew them into it, updates that they might have made, anything that's a real connection to the home. You want your clients to let those home sellers know that, and it becomes really personal. A lot of the times, if there's an offer that's same price point with the same terms, a letter can really make a big difference. We literally just had one about 2 weeks ago where we had another offer that was $15,000 higher, and one that came in at 15 less, and ultimately that letter really pulled on the homeowner's emotions, and he ultimately decided to accept that offer and want to work with them because he had a connection to that prospective buyer. So don't sell yourself short, or have your clients spend an extra 15-30 minutes writing a love letter, I like to say, that really makes a connection to the home, and let them know that they're going to be taking care of the home. So that's some of the information that you can use to really position your clients in a great place to write up a strong offer. You're establishing that communication with the listing agent, you're staying in touch, and ultimately it's going to put you at an advantage of other agents that are not doing that. Thank you for tuning in on this second training session. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.